If for the rest of my life I could only do one thing which would improve my communication skills, which would help me improve my communication skills, it would be this. I would talk to strangers. What I mean is every single day, as often as I could, every time I would leave the house, I would make sure to just start a conversation with any person I could. Specifically, any stranger, any person who I've never seen before in my life, especially if they're girls. This is the single habit, the single action, the 80-20 rule of communication skills, which, if you were to completely turn off your brain, decide not to read any books, not to watch any YouTube videos or courses, not to learn on this topic at all. If you just did this one simple thing, you would get to the top 1% of communicators very quickly. I'm talking within less than a year if you really double, triple down on doing this every single day. And it's a super simple action. It's as simple as setting yourself the goal of, let's say, cold approaching three people every single day and just starting a conversation. Asking a simple question like, how's your day going? Or, excuse me, what time is it? Or whatever. And either stopping the conversation there or keeping the conversation going if you feel like it and you see that the other person is receptive and you think it's gonna go well. This is something that is also super powerful when it comes to talking to girls because going and cold approaching girls and just starting conversations with them will get you so used to talking to girls and it will teach you so much about game and attracting girls. And plus, through just going and starting conversations, you will end up getting a ton of phone numbers, a ton of Instagrams, which then will end up leading into dates and relationships and all of that other stuff. So just going and cold approaching people and just starting conversations is beyond useful. When I started my whole communication skills journey of improving it over 3 years ago, my social anxiety was so bad that I literally could not, like, sometimes when I would be talking to strangers, my brain would stop working. I genuinely would not know what to say. And the thing that got the ball rolling, that got me from level 0 to level 1 was going and doing these interactions. I would find some people, like for example, every day when I would be coming home from school, I would just speak with the bus driver. I would ask them like, "How's your day going?" And as I was waiting for the bus, I would usually talk to some people waiting there, and eventually that got the ball rolling. And after that, I actually started speaking to girls and other guys, and I started getting into deeper conversations and meeting new friends and making new friends, and my confidence went up, my happiness went up, my charisma, everything, basically everything social, but also other things which weren't even social, stuff like generally my confidence, my self-image, my general happiness went up because of the fact that I did this one super simple habit consistently every single day without fail. Of course, sometimes I wouldn't get, my goal was always 3 interactions per day. Sometimes I wouldn't really get 3 interactions, I would get like one or two, but sometimes I would get like five, I'd be on like a roll. And those days specifically, I remember with the days where my happiness level just would go through the roof, or my confidence would go through the roof. Because one thing I also realized, I learned along the way, is that there's this thing called kind of, you can imagine it like as like social momentum. This is something that you can also use before like parties or if you want to go and get like Instagrams for girls but you need confidence. You use social momentum, which basically you go and you speak to as many strangers as you can. You just start conversations, you ask a quick question, you point something out, whatever. You just speak to as many people, and you will notice that the more people you speak to, your confidence just goes up. You feel more charismatic, you feel more confident, happier, your energy level goes up. And after that, for example, you could do that, go to a party, and you will notice that it's 10 times easier to go and socialize at the party, get girls, dance, and you will have way more fun, be way more relaxed, and everything. And these are just some of the insane benefits that just doing this brain dead basically habit of going out and just speaking, asking a random question or starting a conversation with a stranger will get you. It's definitely like, if you look at all of the habits of self improvement, I think it's like in the S tier along with working out, meditating, reading books. There's talking to strangers because the benefits are genuinely numerous. Like I could probably speak for like half an hour make a half an hour video where just tell you all of the benefits, but really just try this at least today. If you can't do it today, try it tomorrow. Go speak. This is your action step. Speak to 3 random people. If you can today, if you cannot today, tomorrow, preferably right after watching this video. And this is like exactly like to just turn off your brain. This is exactly what you do. You walk up to a person, you have a nice smile going, and you just ask, hello, how's your day going? I just felt like speaking to you. How's your day going? They'll tell you something like, oh, it's going well, and you can just be like, all right, bye. Just end the conversation right there. Do that 3 times with 3 different people today, and you will notice your confidence, your happiness, everything just goes up like crazy, just skyrockets up. Now, if you want to learn more about the topic of communication skills and learn everything that I've learned in the past 3+ years of studying this exact topic, you can find all of the information by clicking on the first link in the description of this video. If you found this video helpful, you can click and watch this video, click on the subscribe button, and do the work.